I did some research recently for a video, and it basically assumed you had someone who got the median wage consistently all the way from age 23 to 60 at retirement. And assuming they invested aggressively, the money ran out if they wanted to retire at 60, age 69.
What you've done there is a cash flow model, right?
Yeah, effectively. So what it assumes is somebody from day one, from 23, earns the median wage, which is around £31,000. It assumes they get the auto-enrollment minimum based on qualifying earnings, so it's 8%. And it assumes that they don't make any bump ups. They literally just contribute, and then the return they get is 5% real. So that's after inflation and charges assumed as well. Now, just for some historic context, it's 5.3% real as far as 1900 to 2022, as far as global equity. So it's not an unrealistic return expectation. What that assumes, if that individual then retired at 60, is the money would run out at 69. And the key conclusion is, if you're relying on auto-enrollment and you want a retirement which might be similar to what you'd expected, you're probably going to fall short.
So you're basically saying, because I do think that a lot of people listening, maybe not listening to this, but a lot of people out there, the only retirement saving they're doing is auto-enrollment.
Yeah.
And you don't think that that's enough?
I think it's important to recognize that it will depend on expectations. And one of the things we're going to be touching on a little bit later is perhaps what enough is, because it's so individual.
It's literally one of the next questions. So.
Yeah.
It's T's question.
Okay.
Taking my shine.
Yeah. Enough is frankly why I'm in a job. My job for my clients is basically to find out what is enough for you. And that is the key thing. And it's so individual. When I did a video and I used the retirement living standards data just as a guide. And one of the first comments was, "This is total bollocks. Why are you using this? Because they're just scaring everyone." And he's right. The person, I'm saying he, I'm just unconscious bias there. It was an angry person. I'm assuming it's a guy. But I was like, yeah, it's true. But what the retirement living standards do very well is they put a stake in the ground, and someone has to put a stake in the ground. But ultimately, yeah, it's going to be highly individual as far as what your expenditure is, and that's going to really impact your retirement planning.
But now we're all living longer. So does that mean we're going to be working longer? Retirement age is going to be later. And then, like Damien said, how much do you need in retirement now? Because if you're living longer, your retirement's not going to be maybe 10, 15 years anymore. It might be 30 years. So How do you know how much you need? Well, not if you party like me and Damo, but most people will have a long retirement, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm sat here with an ABBA t-shirt on, mate. I don't think anyone's believing that I party hard anymore. You don't see the socks either.
This clip was from an interview with George Agan, financial advisor, all about how to build wealth. For the full interview, click here.